Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are back again with more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Let's dive right into it. We finally have the full version. I can't wait to see more of the game. This tragedy may not have happened if you spent less time surveilling honest citizens and more time tracking the real spies and demon worshippers. Brilliant idea. How come I didn't think of it? Now, if only the cultists would tell us they were cultists, then we wouldn't have to waste time investigating honest citizens who decide to go all cloak and dagger right under our noses. Horgus and Anevia sit some distance apart, sniping at one another in an idle fashion that testifies to their long acquaintance and mutual dislike. When they notice you, they quickly fall silent. What's the bad blood between you two about? It's an old matter. Mrs. Terabade here had the notion of spying on me, then of rummaging through my goods. I ask you, do I look like a cultist? Cultists don't tend to look like cultists, you know. That's kind of the whole problem. And you, Mr. Worm, built a whole secret operation of buying and smuggling into the city. What was it? Oh yeah, magical weapons. How was I supposed to know that all the rigmarole with middlemen was so you could anonymously donate supplies to the Crusade? Don't you see? I have a reputation to uphold, one that I value most highly. Horgus Worm is a hard-nosed businessman, not a good fairy from a tale. Yes, I care about my city. Yes, I wish to see that its defenders, my defenders, were well-fed, healthy, and well-armed. But to make those donations openly was unthinkable. I might as well hang a sign outside my door welcoming in every sponger, leech, and parasite in the city. I appreciate your help for the Crusade. No jokes, you're an all-right bloke. But carrying on secret dealings in a city that's teeming with cultists is a huge pain in the backside for us lot whose job it is to keep an eye on that sort of thing. Anevia, how's the leg? The girl scrunches up her nose. Well, it hasn't fallen off yet, so that's good. They've bandaged me up all nice and smeared some stinking stuff on the wound, so it looks like I'm gonna live. They said wait a day and I'll be right as rain, so I'm waiting. What do you think is happening in the city now? Perhaps the city is no more. If Deskari himself appeared, there's no telling how bad things are. Can you hold off on writing our obituaries just yet? The city's full of fighters, and besides that, it's barely a stone's throw from Neuroscience. I think our people will hold on, long enough for reinforcements to come from the Queen. This ain't Deskari's home turf. He's gonna have to retreat, or else fight off the whole Mendevian army. What do you think of the mongrels? I thought they were just a story, the sort of thing drunks in the tavern would come out with. Now I discover that it's true. Well, what can I possibly think of them? The poor creatures are most unfortunate, with their faces and their minds so deformed. It's a miracle they're even alive. The part that boggles my mind is that they're the descendants of the first Crusaders. All these years they've been fighting, but they've been living beneath our feet, in caves, in the dirt. If I'd known the legends about them were true, I'd have dedicated my life to getting them out of this place. To what end? The people of Canabras would have stoned them on sight, and Prelate Holron would have had them tossed on the pyre en masse. Whatever the ills of this place, it is their home. How long do you think they would have survived on the surface? What are you going to do when you get back to the surface? I'm going to go home. Last I knew, I owned a very fine mansion. I shall see if it's still standing, or if I am now homeless. I'm going to find Erebeth. She's my wife and the leader of the Eagle Watch. As long as she lives, she won't allow Canabras to fall. We have to go. Go on then, and don't dilly-dally. The sooner we get out of here, the likelier we are to find some people still alive up there. Take care of yourself. Okay. There's Deva there, but we're going to circle back to Deva.
Let's move.
And you also have the option to rest, but we're gonna loot. Loot, 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 loot. And that just goes, okay, that just goes to the hidey hole. No reason to go all the way up there. Okay. All right, now let's look at what we have and see if there's anything in particular we want to let go. So we should probably hold on to a crossbow just in case, at least for now. Anybody else? Nobody else needs a crossbow. None of this is an upgrade for anybody else either. Cloak of Resistance, we'll put that on Seela. She is our upfront tank out there. What's this? Bracers of Armor. I guess none. Lann. We'll put this on you. And all the rest is junk. Nothing else to worry about. Oh, what is this anyway? Oh, Wand of Cure Light Wounds. She can take that. Make use of it. Oh, it comes up with a bunch of scrolls. That's cool. We'll keep this on you. And we'll take everything off Windowog. All right. Not sure why they flash yellow right there, but okay. You there! A tall woman with a face deformed by an enormous swelling smiles broadly at you, showing off her double row of small, sharp teeth. You, from the surface! You must be tough to make it all the way here. Never thought I'd see the day. Call me Dyra. Let's trade. Who are you? The people around here call me all sorts. Dyra the Hoarder, Dyra the Coin, Dyra the City Girl. Like that's a bad thing. I travel the caves, picking up all kinds of things from the surface that wash down here through the sewers. I trade all kinds of junk for food and clothes, but I only part with my best finds for coins. Got no coins? Forget what money is? Well, then I have no use for you. If you want city goods, you need to pay for them with gold, like city folk. Why are you so easy to trade with me? Because all the people here are no better than animals now. Dyra yells with surprising anger before being overcome with coughing. Wiping her mouth, she continues. Our forefathers lived in the city, like you. Our people love to reminisce about armies, knights, crusades, but I couldn't care less about that. Savages with clubs can fight a war. Only civilized folk can buy and sell. They've all forgotten what trading is. They've forgotten the value of gold. They bought our hides for plant roots and go on about the feats of the Crusaders. Who cares about them? I don't need help remembering. I have coins and I have things to sell. Now let's trade like proper city folk. Let's trade. All right, so like I mentioned, this is garbage. Oh, wait. I forgot. Seela does not need to be sword and board, so we're actually going to go ahead and give her. You can use this to bulk sell, obviously, your items, and then if you click on this button, it allows you to narrow down what exactly you're selling. So once all of your crew has +1 or better weapons, you can go ahead and sell all your masterwork stuff. But for right now, we're not at that point. What do they have here now? First of all, I have very little money. Let's keep that in mind. Whenever an enemy... Ooh, this is a 8 max dexterity. Whenever an enemy confirms a critical hit against the wearer of this +1 pattern armor, it must pass 40 or become unable to attack with a weapon for 1 round. That's actually pretty good. That's actually not bad at all. Oh, and there's quiver of cold ammunition. Actually, we'll take that. We'll take that. Okay, and that's all we need for right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and save. Hey, okay, cool. I was worried that if all my saves from the beta would junk up my save file here, but nope, it is considered completely different, so that's awesome. Okay, Lann is a Zen archer. I think that makes 0 sense in my personal opinion. His personality does not come off as a monk at all, and he makes no mention, to my knowledge, of being particular about what weapon he uses. So I don't understand why they gave him something that really hones in on worshiping the bow and using the bow. Now, my question is, I don't remember. Strike, Zen Mask may use his wisdom modifier instead of his dexterity modifier on ranged attack rolls. Okay, we're going to take this up to level 3, and then we'll flip over to something different. So we're still going to stick with Zen Archer for now. Athletics, mobility, and perception, that all makes sense to me. Precise shot definitely makes sense. Way of the longbow, yep, I prefer using the longbow with him. That makes sense, so we're good with him. Camellia, she's a shaman spirit hunter. That may give you the impression that she's like this great caster, but I don't consider her a particularly great caster. As far as using offensive spells against enemies, I think she's best used when she's buffing herself and overall party, throwing out summons, and then you can also use her kind of like a a spell monkey almost, where she holds a lot of the things to clear up spaces for other people who are using more offensive based powers. And this hex grants you a +2 natural armor bonus to AC. Yep, I think that definitely makes sense for her. You want her up front in the midst of the action. Sela, we're going to definitely stick with Paladin. They increase her mobility. I think that makes 0 sense. She's wearing heavy armor the entire time. And even without the shield, she's taking such a penalty to mobility that it doesn't make sense to me to be able to stick with that. Knowledge World is okay for her, but Professor Snape is already building up Knowledge World. He doesn't need another companion that's doing that. Since she's a tanking up front, I definitely recommend giving her Perception, even though she does not have it as a class skill. Perception on as many of your allies as possible is definitely to your advantage, and she gets Divine Grace at this level, so you get a bonus equal to your Charisma, bonus if any on all saving throws. She has pretty nice charisma, as you see. And then she gets Lay on Hands, which does healing and will be able to remove certain statuses as we go on in the game. Very, very nice stuff. All right, my wizard is at level 2 now. All my skills go up some. We get to add some more spells. Technically, I would usually add Magic Missile, but you know what? We're just going to dig in all the way to, hey, I love Necromancy. I'm sticking with Necromancy, so I'm not going to worry about it. We'll add Ray of Enfeeblement just for kicks. I'm not sure how much we'll use that. And I guess we could, 1 minute per level, I guess we could add Reduce Person or Hurricane Bow. Either one of these could actually be useful to us. Actually, I'm going to go with Reduce Person. Okay. And let's go here real quick. All right, so we've got a bunch of different options, not very many slots. So we have to have a Necromancy spell available, and this is not a cone. This allows us just to target someone, so that's fine. It is shaken for 1 round. That's okay. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. I'm not as worried about defense. I'm all about keep them from getting to me in the first place. So that and you know, I think we'll take Ray of Enfeeblement. You know, no, Ray of Sickening. Ray of Sickening, we'll go with that. Sela doesn't have spells yet. Camellia, it's actually really useful having a little bit more healing. That's the biggest issue right now. Some of this other stuff will solve itself. Okay, and that's all we need to worry about. Cool. We will save here. Boom. The messenger returned. The tribes are gathering at the entrance to the maze. Our people have already gone there. I've warned Anevia and that old guy who won't even acknowledge me. Take your time. There's no rush. The most important people always show up late. Lann looks around. Everything's going to plan, but one thing's bothering me. Windowalk's gone. All the tribes? So a whole army is marching on the maze then? By mongrel standards, yes. But don't be too disappointed when you see the reality. There aren't many of us who can hold a weapon, and fewer still who can do any damage with one. What do you think happened to Windowalk? Lann shakes his head. I don't know. She was always stubborn. Maybe she decided she could do it all on her own. I hope she comes back. We'll struggle without her, and she'll struggle without us, no matter how hard she tries to deny it. What about Anevia and Horgus? Are we just going to lead them there? Once we clear the maze, the way ahead will be safe. Anevia's in no state to fight, and that Horgus guy, he doesn't look like he'll shift an inch unless we roll out a red carpet all the way to the exit. Still, are you sure the maze is the only way to the surface? Lann nods. There was another passage, the one I used with my dad when we left and they came back. The chief back then, he found it and filled it in to stop anybody else going against the ancestors' wishes. And what the ancestor wanted was for everyone to go through the maze. I'm not sure of anything right now, but we don't have a choice. We can only go forward. There were other passages, but they're far from here. And with all these earthquakes, who knows what condition they're in now. So our best bet is the maze. If it doesn't lead anywhere, then we can consider our next move. We have this evil option here. We're not going to do that. Again, my character respects the Crusaders and respects anybody who's willing to stand up and fight against the demons. So we're not going to treat Lann cruelly. Let's go. There's no time to lose. Let's go. But before we do, thank you. I was so happy. I forgot to thank you before, but you've done something no one else has in a long time. You've given the mongrels hope. It's like we're starting to believe that we're worth something now that we have the power of the angels on our side. Lann's face grows sullen. It won't change anything, of course, but at least you'll help us save the young ones, hopefully. Let's go through the main gate. The straight road is the shortest. All right. And now we enter the maze. Boom, boom. I chose Lann over Windowall because I think it makes more sense for a lawful Lich who is trying to help the Crusade and believes that the demons are a blight. But Windowall, of course, is amazing and someone who is absolutely... Ooh, I forgot that there was... Yeah, there was actually a fight anyway here. Stand. Okay.
Together we stand.
You are fighting defensively. Leon has self. Okay, cool. And that.
No reason to pause.
And this only helps you a little bit. What do we have here? Feather Step, Shield of Faith. Armor is deflection, but it only lasts 1 minute per level, so not all that much. Okay, here's what it is. We'll keep going.
We will win this war.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Windowall is great, despite the fact that I didn't use her this particular time. It's just that Lann with his lawful alignment and just the type of character we're running right now, he just makes more sense for the party. And our demon playthrough will definitely switch back over to Windowall. The tribes are gathering. Soon we will attack. How long can we wait? The other tribes haven't turned up yet. We're going to wait for them. Just another while longer. No one saw the preparations will take the better part of a day. Let's go take a look in the maze ourselves and see what's what. Okay.
March on.
Obviously, you can make this section 10 times easier if you go ahead and do it with Lann having
Always be ready for the worst.
Sacred Huntsman giving you access to a pet. Oh, we should have started with them. I didn't realize that they were mages and arts and whatnot. Ooh. I love the impact sound of the weapons and spells here. Like, you really feel it, especially when you land like a critical hit. The game absolutely lets you know. So yeah, if you go ahead and
Am I not?
and make him Sacred Huntsman right off the bat, you can have a pet with you, and just like Kingmaker, pets make this game significantly easier. So we're definitely going to do that over time, because I
found something.
I was given the feedback that I don't play enough in my playthroughs. I don't use pets enough. They're like, why do you always avoid pets? I've been avoiding pets in the playthroughs that I did in the beta because I feel like people complain and they say like, hey, you're using pets as a crutch, and I don't want people to feel that way. Plus, I want people to know that the game is absolutely something you can go through competently without having a pet. It helps, but it's not in any way, shape, form, or fashion necessary. Ooh, that was brutal. Part of the reason for that was because I haven't put on our freaking hats. Got to do that. But we will go at least part of the way with a pet from Lann, so you all will see what that experience is like. Keep in mind that in this playthrough long term, I do plan to replace all party members with undead party members.
Am I not?
Extensive but slightly water damaged collection of writings on ritual and demon worship. Of course, Lich is the only mythic path that allows you to replace your party members with undead. So I think it's well worth it to just go ahead and find out what that looks like. The shaman surrounds himself with the spirit of battle. Allies within 30 feet of the shaman, including the shaman, receive a +1 morale bonus on attack rolls and weapon damage rolls. The shaman can use this ability for a number of rounds per day equal to 3 plus their charisma modifier. So this lasts for 4 rounds. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Ghost touch, but oh wait, I'm looking for the hats, but okay, so they just automatically make it a part of your armor class. You don't need to manually select it. Okay, cool, that works. Well then, maybe what we should also do is let her fight defensively so that she's not getting hit up quite as much. We can also remove this. We don't need that. We can throw this all the way on the edge. We'll just keep this over here. She's going to be using that probably quite a bit for now. And she's good.
A bright future awaits.
You are already good.
Adventures await.
You're not going to use that stuff much yet. No, we don't need that here. And no, we don't need that, nor do we need that. What's this? Oh, turn undead. Cool. That's something to keep in mind for a later time. Okay. All right, much better. And you don't have anything anyway. Right, yeah. No, this is useless. Oh, you can turn on this, though, and we might use that every so often. Doubtful. Okay. All right, continuing on.
Let us be off.
I found something.
Come on. Show up. There we go. I'm like, I know y'all are back there.
Meditate on your mistakes. It might make you feel better.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
There we go. Lann stares at the dead mongrel with sorrow in his eyes. Hovland. His name was Hovland. Did you know him? Yeah, he's not from our tribe, but we're both hunters, so we cross paths from time to time in the cave passages. We'd share news and leave supplies for each other. Then he just disappeared. Lann frowns. He used to talk about wanting to try his luck in a maze. I thought he was long dead. If only he had been. Why would mongrels attack us? Aren't we all on the same side? Something's wrong with them. Look, their bodies. It's like something's eating them from the inside out. Sure, maybe these guys just ate something weird or were having an off day, but I think something drove them out of their minds. Or someone. Seems like this shield maze of yours is crawling with cultists. How did they get here? I have no idea. This is my first time here too. Maybe they felt down here the same way you did? Lann shrugs awkwardly and looks away. Windowall comes here all the time. I'd ask her about it if she were here. Come to think of it, where is she? Let's go. This place might be even more dangerous than we thought. And there I was hoping that we'd be the meanest things in here. Lann's laughter sounds strange. These mongrels and cultists. Now that I did not expect. I need to find out what's going on here. So, if you haven't already picked it up, definitely to your advantage to kick off fights with your archer. A lot of times they can flat out kill enemies before they are in melee range. This is even more true if the bloodstains still mar the ground. Around them are comfortable benches with pillows. Someone clearly enjoyed watching others suffer. This is even more true if you are playing in turn-based mode.
I am helpful, am I not?
Because all of the enemies are essentially standing around while the archer does his first turn, you can wipe out 2, sometimes even 3 enemies before a single action is taken. Very, very powerful stuff.
Let's move.
We'll come back to that.
Open your heart to me.
My feet
I will help where I can.
What's on your mind? I wonder. I heed the voice of the spirits.
There we go. Okay. Lann.
Always be ready for the worst.
Attack.
We should move.
And you should be enfeebled. What? Didn't I get... Oh, I decided to get rid of sickening instead of enfeeblement. Okay. Fine, whatever. Actually, you know what?
I'll watch your back.
Oh, no, we didn't get that for
I
so that's fine.
stand ready.
That works on all enemies, so I want to burn that now. Yeah, we'll do sickening instead. Or, you know what? Let's just do flat out fear. Let's see how that works.
Yet another obstacle.
Nice, very nice. You go through a lot of this at first, but over time, of course, we're going to get more abilities, we're going to get better weapons, things of that nature, and these misses will happen significantly less. But right now, I'm sorry, it's unavoidable. Masterwork, dueling, Dwarven War Axe. Very, very nice variety of weapons in this game. You also get a party member who really helps you use whatever weapon it is that you like. So it was kind of a problem in Kingmaker where if you specialize in some really rare weapon types, you would have trouble finding good versions of that weapon. That's not the case here at all. So worth it if you want to use, you know, something that would be considered kind of exotic or rare. No problem. Go ahead. Go for it. You'll be able to get good versions of it.
I am helpful, am I not?
Good meaning, you know, +3, 4, 5. Ooh, I like the designs. Oh yeah, this is definitely new. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to get used to it. Now I don't know what things are automatically just by seeing their photos, which I'll take it. I appreciate the effort. Definitely.
What's that there?
March on.
Yeah, good meaning that you'll be able to get +3, 4, 5 level enchantment versions of the weapon.
You won't survive
Do
me.
not fear. Do not waver.
Excellent. Better. I think there's a person over here. There we go.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
Excellent. Camellia, what are you doing? What's the problem?
I'll cut
Get
you
to it,
wide
girl.
open.
And of course, Sela gets hit because you're busy standing around gawking. Come on now. That's not appreciated. Canaveras' system of aqueducts channeling water from the river into the city. It was seriously damaged in the earthquake.
Together, we stand.
You can trust me.
Matricium Turinos.
Let us be off.
Ooh, this guy. Okay. You know what? We will try to go ahead and use sleep on him. And
No reason to pause.
what is he? He is chaotic. We're gonna
Rely
go ahead
on
and
me.
use that on him.
Death is life's final
He's
surprise.
definitely gonna bring one
Are
of
we
these
in
up.
trouble yet?
Surprising.
This is my path.
Yeah.
We cannot be defeated.
Oh well. We tried. And in the end, we did what we needed to do. Excellent. Unfortunately, we're not able to identify the items
Let's move.
we are picking up right now. I think that's based around your arcane magic skill. So you definitely want to make sure you have at least one person who's skilled in that so that you'll, right when you pick it up, be able to identify all the really nice gear that you get over time in this game. Otherwise, you'll be stuck in a situation where whatever companion
I am helpful, am I not?
you have that's skilled in it, they'll be able to identify it when you get back to home base. But that's definitely not a situation you would really want to leave yourself in, because you'll come across items that, if you are able to actually see the stats, you'll look at it and say, oh yeah, I want to put this on right here, right now. Okay. These are the people I should have used sleep
I'll
on,
make my own.
but whatever.
Meditate on your mistakes. Might make you feel better.
Yeah, let's go.
Endure this.
Does she? Nah, they're not with
Do
that.
not fear. Do not waver.
Excellent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Great job. Bam, 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 bam. So that letter just informed me that there's some sort of hidden lever that I need to take advantage of in order to be able to get to the exit of this cave, and that there's a group of cultists here who basically have been
Always be ready
using
for the
this
worst.
area.
Did we find trouble? No.
They did. Excellent. This one. As you can see, Lann is very, very competent as an archer. No downgrade whatsoever as far as his capabilities in comparison with Windowog. Windowog is competent as well. I would say that they're very good, but in different ways.
I hope you
Windowog
appreciate
comes as a fighter,
Found.
and so
something.
she's going to be able to burn through all
I am
those
helpful.
great archer
Am I not?
feats that will help you really, really decimate foes. Whereas Lann, if you keep him at his base class, is a Zen archer, which means he's going to be able to take advantage of some of those monk abilities that you get over time and be able to use it to really boost up the effectiveness of his abilities with the bow. Both of them absolutely deadly, but kind of in different ways. We just picked up scale mail, but again, I'm not able to identify it. When I created this character, I was thinking about not repeating things that I don't need that other party members get. But now playing through this game, it feels kind of weird to be a Lich who's not specialized in arcane magic. So when my intelligence
I
score
heard the
raises
voice
and
of
I'm
the
able to
spirits.
specialize in another skill, I'll probably go ahead and
I'm all ears.
Adventures await.
throw arcane magic onto there. All right. I don't know if this upcoming enemy can be sickened, but protection from chaos, no. Protection from evil, no. Reduce person, no. Shield of faith, yes. Didn't we? Huh. I swear they gave you... No, not mage armor. I swear they gave you... Maybe they changed that. Used to be you could pick up protection, some sort of protection from ice on the way here, but I'm not seeing that. So, all right, it is what it is. Enlarged person, sure, I'll take that. And then I think I saw reduced person somewhere around here, right? So enlarged, feather step, cat's grace. She could take cat's grace, absolutely. Chaos, evil. Ha, here goes reduced person. And she'll actually throw bless on everybody. This fight is kind of annoying if you don't go ahead and prepare for it properly. Do we have anybody who can use that prayer scroll? No, we don't. All right. And for those who want to know, these are the orders that we picked up that gave us more information about how to complete this quest. Okay. Now, looking at that, you don't need anything, right?
We will
No.
win this war.
She. And then
What's on your mind?
you.
I wonder.
You. All right. Hopefully this gives us enough to survive this. It's always kind of dicey.
What's that there?
All right.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge.
Lann will kick it off.
I tire of waiting.
I don't remember. Can you be sickened? I don't see immune from sickened, so it looks like you can be. So
This is my path.
you go ahead and try to sicken the character. That'll work. And
I will help where I can.
can you charge? Nope.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
There we go. Yeah, that worked right. Okay. Charge. And then move you here, move you here, move you here, move you here. I forgot to turn this on for you. And in fact, this is a good time for this as well, now that I think about it. And just that quick. Just that quick. How is it possible that you got lit up like that quickly? Oh, that's because of the lack of protection from cold, now I think about it. Wow, she got hit up bad. Real bad. And if Amelia goes down, it's probably all over. Hey, there we go. I'll take it. That fight is just always annoying.
Let us be off.
It's really weird that they would take away the protection
found,
from cold. I feel like I must have missed something. But a protection from cold potion is not enough to make me backtrack. Kitchen smelling of burnt fat and garlic. Food was clearly cooked here in vast quantities. All right, all that stuff. Excellent. We will move on. And that, I believe, does it for this underground little area. Excellent. So we'll come out of here. And then next part is over here. Boom, boom, boom.
Together we stand.
All right. We're gonna make a beeline for the cleric after we're up on the surface, so I don't feel a need to be judicious about my use of the cure spells on the wand. All right.
Make every strike count. Did we step on their toes as well?
Okay. Crossbow. Masterwork short sword. There we go. So as you can see, I skip over the regular weapons. It's usually not worth weighing down your inventory with them, but the masterwork weapons sell nicely in comparison to how much they actually cost. So I feel like it's worth it to go ahead and add those on. Now, here comes another tough fight. Not that bad though, but just one that I prefer to be properly prepared for. And we just got Shield of Faith, right? You still got that on. We got one more of these strength boosts, but I don't feel like it's worth putting that on. We've got other tough fights that'll be coming up.
No reason to pause.
Oh, for those who may not know what I'm using, Enlarged Person is going to give us a size increase to strength. It does reduce your dexterity, which is part of the reason that Ice Monster was able to hit me up so badly. But I find it difficult a lot of times to penetrate through his defenses, so I felt like the increase in strength was worth the trade-off. And then we're also using Shield of Faith to kind of make up for that loss of dexterity. It gives you a +2 deflection bonus to AC, so basically it makes you a little bit more sturdy. And then Bear's Endurance is going to add a +4 enhancement bonus to Constitution. So again, just something to make her a little bit more tanky, a little bit more sturdy. Then Camellia is depending upon the Rapier, which is using her dexterity. So I give her Cat's Grace, which gives her a +4 enhancement bonus to dexterity. All right, now with that. Oh, and this, what I'm using a cantrip for Snape. So he's using the ranged touch attack at the target, and it deals 1d3 points of acid damage. It's not good for him at all, but I really don't have anything else right now that I can consistently do that's going to affect enemies. So you just got to deal with this for a couple of levels until you have a better rotation of spells. All right.
Are we in trouble yet?
There's a wizard back here. I prefer, if at all possible, to try to focus on him first.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
And there we go. And there we are. That wizard can really hit up your allies in the back end, so definitely worth it to go ahead and eliminate him ASAP, and then you can just focus on the melee guy. And I don't remember what's through this door. I think there's a fight through this door, right?
Can't hide from me.
Bunch of ingredients. I will try to do a better job this playthrough of cooking and creating scrolls. Hey, I almost completely ignored it in all of my beta playthroughs, and it has been mentioned that a couple of things that I was having issues with, or that I wasn't, or spells that I wasn't able to use on a regular basis, that it could be alleviated if I did more cooking and spell creation. So definitely going to do this time. Let's play around with the system and see if it really helps to fill in some of the gaps that you may need to be as efficient as you possibly can.
Onwards.
Cultist, cleric.
Always be ready for the worst. Yet another obstacle. You've seen that?
Nice. So there is a concept of concentration in this game, meaning that you have to be able to concentrate in order to use spells. So there are feats you can take to improve that over time. And it does affect your enemies as well. So your attacks, ritual pool filled with fresh blood. Your attacks can interrupt enemy spell casting. And that's also part of the reason why it is sometimes worth it to go ahead and focus on a spellcaster before you focus on the melee members of a particular group. Make sure that they're not able to rain down issues on you from safe back in their little hidey holes.
Meditate on your mistakes. Did we find trouble? No, they did.
Excellent. Oops, didn't mean to click that. Okay, more Abyssal orders. Now you got a key that you can use to get out of here. Take that. The bodies of the maze builders lie where they were caught by the earth elementals, enraged by the earthquake. The builders' tools lie scattered next to their bodies. Okay. Hate this fight. Hate this fight. Always seems like it is way harder than it should be. Gives me a ton of problems. I don't know why. And it's going to be even worse because Celia's in a bad state. So she really can't afford to go down here. So we're going to take all necessary precautions. Shield of Faith. I should give her expeditious retreat, but we're not going to go overboard. Okay, and unfortunately we can't identify any of this. That would probably have helped her as well.
Rely on me.
It is what it is. There's a village we already have. Enlarge we already have. Shield of Faith we already have. She doesn't need these two. You can take this though. And this. Alright. You can also activate this and this. Cool. Seals out front, as she should be.
The heartbeat quickens.
They're not chaotic, right? Yeah, they're neutral. So. Well, that's one. That's the regular monitor lizard. Well. I wonder if they reduced the difficulty of this. That felt much easier than it has in times past. A large, aggressive creature was kept in this cage. Judging by the bent bars, that creature is now loose. Ah, that was very satisfying. Okay. Good to know.
I am helpful.
I didn't.
Am I not?
I don't feel like that fight was poorly balanced in the beta at all. It didn't feel like, oh man, it's just so unfair, blah blah blah. But it was just something you needed to be prepared for. All right. So some traps you can just walk up to. Other traps will have a remote switch that you have to use in order to actually be able to take it off. And they use that in a bunch of different ways. So sometimes the switch will be in a different room entirely than the trap actually is. Sometimes when you see things like that in games, it feels like an unnecessary complication. But I feel like in this game, it's actually kind of fun. You know, it's not a big deal. It doesn't add a whole lot of time to your playthrough.
Now what is that?
There used to be a low magnifying glass here where you could get some information about the statue. I wonder why they decided to remove that. All right, Masterwork Club.
I hope you appreciate this.
Ooh, Potion of Blur. Blur is a great defensive spell for you. And that's half plate armor. Pretty sure that that's better than what she's using right now. It is. So we'll go ahead and throw that on her. Another remote switch.
I am helpful, am I not?
Boom, boom. I know you're
Follow
here.
me.
I'm all ears.
They will break against our resolve.
Why is Lann at such low health? What happened there? I don't remember that. Who hit him? Was he too close to the lizard? Alright. Very nice job. Alright, alright. Excellent.
March on.
Oh, that's what I already picked up. Okay, light puzzle. Supposedly, some of the notes that you previously picked up help you figure out how to solve this. I have never figured out what those notes are or how that works. So I'll try to do that, and if I can figure it out, then the fur, very, very nice. I knew it was some combination of those three. I'll try to figure out what is the method you're supposed to use to be able to solve that based upon the information they provide, and probably do a video on it so that people are aware. Seela peers closely at the sword, which seems utterly unexceptional to you. Wait, this is... No, it can't be. Her eyes light up. I know that hilt. Radiance. The sword of the great Yaniel. That's what this is. But it's meant to be in the Tower of Estrad with all the other relics. That's what I heard, at least. Well, of course this rusted piece of metal must be that very same sword. Camellia rolls her eyes. I think you merely wish that this were the illustrious sword of legend. You don't get it. Ooh, achievements. Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I haven't looked at the list of achievements yet. I'll definitely have to do that. Okay. You don't get it. I've seen this sword 100 times in paintings and in the hands of the Yaniel statue. I've even thought of going to the Estrad Museum to see the real thing in person. How did it get here? What's so special about it? Seela frowns. Now? Nothing, I guess. But this sword was legendary in its day. People say that when Yaniel held it, the blade would glow, striking demons left and right. Soldiers would see Radiance's light from afar and take heart, rushing into the fray and winning. But I don't know what's wrong with it now, or how to restore its power. All I can sense is that they made a mockery of it. You're empathizing with an object? Extraordinary. Are all paladins so tender-hearted and sensitive? Sensitive in a way, yes. We're highly attuned to evil and everything wrought by demons. Radiance was in evil hands, and as a paladin, I can tell you they did nothing good to it. Who is Yaniel? No, you've never heard of Yaniel? She's famous all over Golarion. She was a great woman. She was born in Mendev, and when the Crusade started, she couldn't just sit idly by. She dedicated her life to the Crusade. People say she was audacious and spirited. She was always the first into battle, and she never sacrificed other people's lives for a tactical advantage. That's how she's been remembered, as an incredible warrior who seemed to blaze with righteous fury. And all the images of her, she looks capable of driving all the demons back to the abyss single-handedly. But then something happened between her and her commanders. Maybe they envied her. Maybe there was more to it than that. I don't know. But anyway, She went into the war room without her fellow soldiers. And she didn't just survive the mission, she even brought back Crusaders she rescued in there. Can you imagine? She died as she lived, with pride. She was one of the people defending Dresden to the very end. That's where she perished. Sela frowns. Don't take this the wrong way, but I really hope that she died quickly. A hero's death. Because if she didn't, that means she was taken prisoner and had to endure unspeakable horrors. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. You know a lot about Yanio. Are you a fan of hers or something? I suppose you could say that, Sela chuckles. I've always felt an affinity with Yanio. I know what it's like to not be what your commanders want you to be. Whenever I used to feel under pressure, I always thought of Yanio. Maybe some people didn't like how she was, but to the people she pulled out of the war room, she was perfect. And to the people she saved on the battlefield, she was incredible. And to those who keep her memory alive, she is a hero. That's what counts. How could a priceless relic end up down here? Yanio disappeared, but by some miracle, Radiance was recovered from the battle. No one else has ever wielded it. It is Yanio's blade and always will be. That's why it was put in the Tower of Estrad with the other Crusade relics. But now it turns out that somebody stole it. Sela laughs. I have this weird feeling like I'm rescuing a fellow warrior from a dungeon. We can't just abandon it, even if it's no use to us. It's no use to anyone down here. But what if it could be repaired? Let's keep going. All right, pro tip. Yes. Ooh, Radiance even has a different look compared to other ones, other long swords. That's awesome. Pro tip. Yes, Radiance is linked to a Crusader who is on the side of good and is on the side of I am all day. Regardless, even if you are doing an evil playthrough, do not sell Radiance and keep it on your person at all times. All times, keep Radiance on your person. It is worth it regardless of who you are playing as.
You can trust me.
Well worth it. In fact, we don't. Yeah, we don't need to worry. One more just to be sure. All right.
Let us be off.
Let us be off.
Doubt is the heart's greatest challenge. Did we step on their toes as well?
Come on. Just a stupid rock thing. Let's get it done. Oh, wow. He might actually... He's really hitting. I was about to say, come on now. Don't do that. Oh, cool. Meteor does all right. And all right, that's it for downstairs. Let's go back up. One last little fight. The music in this game is fantastic for a bunch of different situations. It doesn't matter whether you're... What? Why is this?
What's that there?
But it's saying... Or maybe I can just go ahead and... I see this string, which makes me feel like you're supposed to go somewhere separate to deal with it.
Follow me.
Hold on. Right, you do have to go somewhere separate. So how am I supposed to get over there? That's just weird. Okay, I don't remember that.
I'll watch your back.
Does she have enough room to go along the edge here?
The spirits guide me.
Okay, you do. Interesting.
I hope you appreciate this.
I don't remember having to do that. I think that's new. All right, let's continue on.
Are we in trouble yet? Yet another obstacle.
Yeah, damage reduction. Most enemies have damage reduction, and honestly, quite a bit of it. So, figuring out how to get around that is one of the challenges of playing the game. Judging by the corpses littered around the summoning site, the cultists did manage to summon a demon in the end. Luckily, this game gives you a lot of great ways to get around damage reduction, so as long as you're paying attention and using the systems, you should be fine. All right, and we will go ahead and camp here. Get our stuff back, because the next section is kind of no joke. All right, when we actually get out and about in the world, I'll go through more of what camping is about, but it doesn't matter much here, so we're not going to worry about it too much. We'll do camouflage here. Right, because that's a -5, whereas over... Oh, he's not in here. He's got a +4 on camouflage. That's weird. Why? I don't think I have high... Oh, well, I got a decent dexterity score, right? I think about it. Who's really best in this? They're both +3. He's a +4 here. And then over here... All right, yeah, he's... Whoops. Lann's great for that. Whoa. Up here. There we go. Then down here. Awesome. All right. Camping doesn't matter. I don't understand you paladins. Well, really it's that I don't understand the huge clanking suits of armor you wear. Watch out. Here comes Sir Clanks-a-Lot, everybody. So what? This way everybody knows that good is on its way to beat down evil. Nice. All right. Cool. Camping matters a lot more when you get up on the when you get outside the first city, but for now we don't have to worry about it too much. Save here. Okay, and I think that's a good place to stop. I hope all of you enjoyed the play session today. If you did, please leave me a like down below, share the content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.